Ladies and gentlemen, today we step into a story as timeless as the tides. A story of choices, consequences, and the lessons they leave behind. It's a tale that many of us know, some too intimately. A story that begins with confidence, transitions through loss, and ends in regret. But at its heart, this is also a story of growth, resilience, and self-discovery. Let's start at the beginning, where things often seem simplest. It's the part of the story where someone, blind to their own actions, begins to take the people around them for granted. They see patience and kindness as endless resources, believing there will always be another chance, another moment, another tomorrow to make things right. But here's the truth they never saw coming. Nothing lasts forever, not even the deepest well of love. At first it might seem harmless, an unkind word here, a thoughtless action there. They assume those words will be forgotten, those actions forgiven. After all, you've always been there, haven't you? Steadfast, reliable, and loyal to a fault. But even the strongest hearts have limits, and even the most patient souls can grow weary. That's the thing about a breaking point. It doesn't arrive with fanfare or warning. It builds slowly, day by day, until one moment tips the scales. Perhaps it's a harsh comment during an argument. Maybe it's a dismissive shrug when you needed understanding. Whatever the moment, it's the one where you finally decide, enough. But here's where it gets interesting. They don't see it coming. They don't notice the shift in your tone or the quiet distance that begins to grow. Why? Because they're too used to your presence, too confident in your forgiveness. When you finally walk away, it isn't dramatic. You don't slam doors or shout your grievances into the void. No, your departure is calm, quiet, resolute. And in its quietness, it's deafening. At first, they might not notice. They might even think it's a temporary pause, a momentary silence. You'll be back, they tell themselves. You always are. But as days turn into weeks, a different reality begins to settle in. A reality where you're no longer there. That's when it starts. The creeping regret. Regret is a strange thing. It doesn't announce itself all at once. Instead, it seeps in slowly, like water finding its way through cracks. It starts small, a fleeting memory, a pang of guilt. But over time, it grows, wrapping itself around their mind and heart, leaving no escape. They'll replay the moments that led to this, the things they said, the times they chose pride over connection, the ways they dismissed your feelings. Each memory sharpens the ache, like a blade turned inward. At first, they might brush it off. It's not too late, they think. But as the silence stretches, they begin to realize the depth of their mistake. They start to see what was once invisible to them, the countless ways you gave, the quiet sacrifices you made, the love you poured into them without asking for anything in return. And now, all of that is gone. Loss isn't just about absence, it's about the emptiness left behind. It's in the spaces you once filled with your laughter, your warmth, your unwavering presence. They feel it in every quiet moment, every lonely night. They reach for their phone to text you, only to stop, realizing they no longer have the right. What they once took for granted is now glaringly irreplaceable. They might try to fill the void with distractions, new faces, fleeting connections, but none of it works. Why? Because you weren't just anyone, you were the one. You see, they've started to understand something they couldn't grasp before. Not all relationships are equal. Some people bring light into our lives, a light so unique it can't be replicated. And when that light is gone, the world feels a little darker, a little colder. In their regret, they might try to reach out. They'll craft apologies, messages filled with promises of change. But apologies, no matter how sincere, can't undo the past. They can't erase the hurt or rebuild the trust that's been shattered. They might beg for another chance, but some bridges, once burned, are beyond repair. And as much as they wish to turn back time, they're faced with the harsh reality. There's no going back. And you've already moved forward. Walking away wasn't easy for you. It wasn't a decision made lightly or in haste. It was a choice born from self-respect, from understanding that love is not meant to be one-sided. You've learned something they never understood. True strength lies in knowing when to let go. It's in recognizing your own worth and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. And in that choice, you've reclaimed your power. The power they thought they held over you is gone, replaced by your newfound freedom. Meanwhile, their regret deepens. It's no longer a fleeting emotion. It's a shadow that follows them everywhere. It's in the quiet moments when the world slows down, in the memories that surface unbidden. They start to see the pattern of their actions, the ways they pushed you away without even realizing it. They see the moments they dismissed your feelings, the times they chose their ego over your connection. And each realization cuts deeper than the last. They might try to move on, to find someone who brings the same light, the same loyalty. But here's the thing, no one else is you. This regret will stay with them, not as a fleeting pang, but as a lifelong lesson. It will haunt them in every relationship they try to build. In every moment they compare someone new to the person they lost. They'll start to understand the truth they couldn't see before, that love is a rare and precious gift, one that should never be taken for granted. And by the time they've learned this lesson, it will be too late. Because you've moved on. This isn't just their story, it's yours too. It's the story of how you found the strength to choose yourself, to step away from a relationship that no longer served you. And in that choice, you've opened the door to something new, to connections built on mutual respect, to a love that values and uplifts you. You've learned that letting go isn't a sign of weakness, it's an act of courage. It's the ultimate declaration of your worth. As they sit with their regret, haunted by the echoes of their own choices, your silence speaks volumes. It's not just the absence of words, it's the presence of a boundary, a line they can never cross again. And that silence? It's a testament to your strength. It's a reminder that kindness has its limits, that even the most forgiving hearts can draw the line. They'll come to understand, eventually, that the real power was never theirs. It was always yours. The power to love, to give, to forgive, but also the power to walk away. And as they sit with the weight of their choices, they'll face a truth they can't escape. They lost something rare, something irreplaceable. And you've gained something even more valuable. You've gained yourself. If you're looking for more content on self-growth, healing, and finding strength in difficult times, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video. I've got a lot more empowering content coming your way, and I'd love to have you join this amazing community. Take care, and remember, you're irreplaceable. See you in the next video.